Do some people actually not eat any type of vegetables? As a kid, the only vegetable I'd eat was carrots. My parents generally just boiled all their vegetables with minimal seasoning, so I genuinely thought they were all disgusting. Finally forced myself to eat them as an adult living on my own for the first time, and realizing there were other ways I could prepare them. I've encountered grown adults that don't eat them though. Sometimes it's a maturity or even a weird masculinity thing. Other times it's sensory, which is understandable. I had a coworker who was an old school meat eater type. You know, prior military, slight southern accent, short, but very fat and round. We had company lunches, and he would never eat his veggie sides, or partake in any app that had veggie. He was straight meat. I'm confident his cholesterol and his numbers in general are probably all out of whack. I see heart attacks in his future years. My family didn't eat them growing up, so I never did. Now I'm a middle-aged adult, and I think they taste disgusting, and no amount of garlic or pepper can make me want to eat broccoli or asparagus. Probably. My wife is really into celery and cucumbers. Green vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts have too strong of a flavor for her. Zucchini, she doesn't like the texture, but if I make bisques with it, she's into it. Carrots roasted she loves, but too chewy when the big ones are raw. Dakin radish cooked like a steak she is into. You just gotta find the right way to prepare them. Yes, but he is 3 and doesn't know how many I blend and sneak in his food daily. Yep, some people are really weird. I always loved a server when a grown, usually man, ordered a burger and loudly proclaimed "and no vegetables on it," as if lettuce, tomato and onion will kill them. A boss of mine was like that. She truly hated vegetables, so she only ate me basically, all the while judging others for their health choices. She wasn't even 40 and her health was clearly going to shit already. Literally, I just don't like many, so I just never do. No stupid diet or that stuff, just my preference. Lots of stupid people in the world. I've known people like that. I can't imagine what their micronutrient levels look like, and they are certainly not getting enough fiber. I know people who absolutely will not touch vegetables, but will eat meat and starch. Most of them look about like you'd imagine. OTOH, I know an increasing number of people who only eat meat and eggs, and look very healthy or are actively losing weight. Most of my diet is meat and eggs with a little dairy, but I use vegetables as filler. My former brother-in-law ate potatoes and ketchup, but no other fruit or vegetable in any form, at least not willingly. This and people who never drink water, it has to juice, soda, or alcohol. SMH. Jess, who was in one episode of Queer Eye, didn't, and Tony changed that. I have a brother-in-law that doesn't. He's every bit as round as you might think. Some people grew up with veggies that were boiled for absolute shit and think they all taste terrible. You have to learn to prepare them properly. The typical American and British diet always surprises me. Like, they'll have heavy meat, cheese and no veg and think they are healthy. Maybe a single vegetable if they are lucky. When we are supposed to be eating predominantly plants. I have known a few people who only ate things like nuggets and waffles, and that was because they weren't forced to eat veg, etc. growing up. Then of course, we have those on a carnivore diet that eat slabs of meat and butter. The worst thing anyone can do. No evidence for it. And people who have convinced themselves plants are toxic anti-nutrients. My ex-mom wouldn't eat anything green and very little fish. Her diet was basically meat, bread, and sweets. She was in her 60s, but she was not really healthy. Yes, my children, at least they try to avoid any green stuff.